witches, welcome back on my channel. So for this week's video, I thought I'd do a little review of my brand new tarot deck. It's not that new, it came out in September 2020, but I just bought it, so it's my new tarot deck. It's called Tarot of the Divine, and it is like a typical tarot deck with 78 cards and the 4 houses that are wands, coins, swords, and cups. And it is made by Yoshitani. I mean, look at it. I just could not get it. It was a must. And at first I saw it on Amazon like really not that long ago. It just came up in my like you might like type of thing. Whoa, the sun, come back. And I was like interested, but I was like, I already have so many tarot decks, like I need to be reasonable. But then I went to my bookstore to get a book and I saw it and I just had to get it because face to face it was love at first sight, you know that type of feeling. By the way, this is not any type of advertisement or sponsorship. I'm not sponsored. I just want to talk about it because it's pretty. But other than being really cute, I was really drawn to it because it is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales of all over the world. This card here is obviously from Japan, and I was just like, this feels like it's for me. I did a few readings with it, and I really like that there's a lot of legends and fairy tales or characters from different cultures and mythologies that I had no clue existed, obviously, because there are so many different cultures in the world. But I feel like that's also something I could use on this channel if ever I want to make videos about different deities, etc. So really, when you think about it, this was for work, right? This was needed. I'm really just trying to convince myself now, but I really like it so far. Let's have a look through it, what I like less about it, because there are still a few things. So first of all, I had a quick look on Yoshitani's website, and you also can get a little bag to put this one in, but I think the box is just so pretty that like I'm okay with carrying this around. It's not too big, so I like that. And there's also a book. This comes with a guidebook for the tarot, but there's also a book you can get that I think has all of the stories of these legends and fairy tales. So when you open it, there's this little guidebook that is also very cute. I mean, it's simple, but it's also cute in a way. It's not too simple, but it is simple just enough. It's quite small. And when you open it, that's the first time I see this in a tarot deck. Obviously, I'm not like a professional. I don't have like 100 tarot decks, but I really like that they have a little section. It gives an overall meaning of each suit and also which element goes with it. For example, cups is spirituality, the element is water, emotions and feelings. That's like the overall vibe to the suit of cups. That's something I tend to forget easily, so that's cool. If I forget, I can just like open this to the first page and now I know. And you also have each number, like what each ace kind of means. So ace is the obvious one, beginnings. So like if you get an ace of cups, it's like the beginning of new emotions, new feelings, you know. So I think like that can be a really easy guide to follow without even having to look at the card itself if you don't know the cards, if you're a beginner. So I thought this was really cool. Then as usual, you have a few types of spreads that you can do, but really not that many. Like I think they assume that we can do our own research for that, or that we already know. 3-card spread, option 1, option 2, and what needs to be considered. So they put different ones than the typical past, present, future. So that's interesting. And the other one is what another person may want, what you want, where the conversation is heading. And then you kind of simply have each card back to back. See, there's not a lot of description underneath each, but it's kind of enough. Of course, you can get more insight if you know the cards or if you just research the typical meaning of each card. But there's like basically a sentence that says what the card means overall, and then it talks about the legend or the deity a little bit in correlation to that meaning. So it kind of gives an example. It makes it kind of really easy to understand. So There's no need for that much more explanation. But again, that's like all we get about the legends. The rest is sort of, you can do the research on your own if you're interested in knowing about that fairy tale or deity. Or you can, I guess, buy their book. So that's pretty much it about the booklet. When you take the booklet out of the box, you can see that the cards are underneath. And one thing I really like is that this little piece that comes out, you can just lift the cards and take the whole deck out without having to put the box upside down. I know it's not like a major issue to just pop that in your hand, but I don't know. I thought this was really clever. I like this. I like this a lot. Now let's talk about the cards themselves. The back first is really, really pretty. I was expecting it to be darker though, because you know, the box is really navy blue, really, really dark blue. And you have the same little moons here. Yeah, I guess the colors are similar, but this is more like dark blue, and then you get to some kind of turquoise. And then this is just like a brighter kind of turquoise. I think this is still really pretty. And I mean, there's the dark around it. For some reason, I expected it to be darker. It doesn't bother me though. It's just an observation I made. One thing I like less, and that's probably the only one. I'm really in love with these little frames, the little art here on each side. There is the same thing around the cards. It's just not gold. I don't know. I was expecting it to be gold. I don't mind that it's white. I mean, I guess that's also why the deck is not that expensive. I think I bought it for $24.99 Canadian. So that's like, compared to all the other decks that are like $50, that's also why I took it. I was like, ooh, cheap, I'm getting it. So I guess maybe it would have made it more expensive if it was all golden around the edges. I still would have liked that. But the white is not bad. It's not bad. If we take this, for example, I guess I knew, because I did look at these cards. I knew that it wasn't gonna be gold. I still got it. I knew. I was in the knowing. But I guess what I really liked is that, for example, this card is like kind of dark, and like the golden kind of just enriches that. It's really like the finished touch. It's like a blanket around it. You know, it's soft to the eyes. The Taurus in me going all about aesthetics. The white on this one, I think just like, I mean, it does brighten up the scene, which maybe is the point, but I just personally don't like it as much. Just because, I don't know, I feel like when tarot cards are darker, it's easier to focus. It sets the vibe for divination. Let me know if you're like that too. If they're too bright, there's just something that doesn't connect. Okay, enough blathering. But that's just something I didn't like as much, but I also don't hate it. But let me know in the comments if you're also like that. Do you need your tarot cards to be dark? Now about the texture, because we're all about texture here. At first, I wasn't sure that I liked the texture. If you've watched my other tarot review video, I was talking about how I really like these. That's not a review about that deck, but I was talking about how I really like when it's soft. I don't know if we can see through the camera how kind of soft it is. This one is very different. It's like a little more sticky. Oh, also aesthetic type of thing. They're kind of regular type of play cards, and you can see like little squares. A bit of a turn off, but the deck is too great for it to turn me off completely, obviously. I think because the art is so great on it that I kind of don't like that I can see little squares as if it's like pixelized, but it's not. I would like to be able to appreciate the art better. It's really not that bad. I'm just being a perfectionist here, but that's something I noticed. So in terms of texture, it's a little more sticky. It's not as soft to the touch, but at first I thought it was kind of gonna bother me, because I thought it was actually gonna make the cards stick to each other. Like I have this other deck that I didn't make a review on, but I could, because I really like it. It was gifted to me, but I don't use it as much because the cards are really sticky. Like instead of picking one, I'll pick two, or like when I shovel it, they'll just like all come as one block together type of thing. So like that's just really annoying. So I thought that was what was gonna happen with this deck, but no, it's actually a really easy shuffle. Let's have, well, okay, it's just proving me wrong right there. Like it shuffles really nicely. One thing I noticed, when I shuffle it, usually there's at least one card that's gonna pop out. It happens sometimes with my other decks. This one, it's happened pretty much every single time so far. I haven't used it a lot, but so it seems to be a type of shuffly deck that is prone to that. If you tend to choose your cards like this, because I know some people shuffle until some cards fall out by themselves, you might really like this one. If we go back in the booklet a little bit, like whenever you pick a card, it says right away who the character is on it and like where it's from. And I really like the diversity of this deck, like all of the different places that the fairy tales or the deities come from. Denmark, France, Mexico, China, Norway, Scotland, Ireland, Ghana, Korea, Italy. First of all, I didn't even know that Sleeping Beauty was from Italy. India, Japan, Egypt, New Zealand, Iraq, Iran, Cambodia, Nepal, we got Alaska, Vietnam, South Africa, North America from the Iroquois mythology, Greece. There's also something from the Inuit mythology, Burkina Faso, Alabama. I don't know, I just like that there was a wide variety of different legends and folk tales and deities. And of course, I didn't mention it, but the art is just so cute. The characters on them, the landscapes, everything is just so beautiful. Can we just appreciate how beautiful? So now let's just have a look at some of the cards. This one looks like there's Hogwarts in the background. Hi. So there we go. That was just my little review of the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshitani. Not that it was asked for, but I just thought it was so pretty and I really like it. And I didn't know who to talk about it to, so I might as well just make a video for whoever needs it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like this video, the more likes there are, the more I'll think about making more videos like this, more review of tarot, or maybe books about witchcraft, etc. etc. So like this video, and also obviously please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. It also helps me so much and motivates me to make more of these videos and post frequently. So I'm working really hard, so if you like this type of content, well, just follow along, you know? There's gonna be plenty. It's like everything in one place. I do it all, folks. On this note, I'm gonna go, and I wish you all a really good day or night or whatever it is where you are. Sending a bunch of love and good vibes your way, and I will see you next week with a new video, unless I decide not to post, which I do sometimes, but hey. You can follow me on Instagram for more updates. It's just wyllownorth on Instagram. I also have a TikTok now that I try to post more on, so if you're on TikTok. Alright, I'll see you soon. Bye!